backward, and this will not support absolute and relative positions. These two supports both absolute and relative, and these two differences, it will show changes made by others. It will not show changes made by others. That is explained. Okay. Now, how to use these all I'll explain. Before going to that one, concurrency control. Concurrency types. Concurrency types. There are two types of concurrency control. On result set. There are two types of concurrency control on result set. There are two types of concurrency control on result set. There are two types of concurrency control on result set. There are two types of concurrency control on result set. See, I'll open command prompt. Java P, java.sql.result set. Write this one. First one, second one. There are two types of concurrency control on result set. First one, conquer read only. Second one, conquer updatable. See, up to JDBC only core Java type appears, but next topic onwards complete different appears. After JDBC, complete new style of Java programming you will see. Up to JDBC, same core Java style appears. Water problem. There are two types of concurrency control on result set. What is dangerous? Why it is dangerous? See, conquer read only, conquer updatable. Note down. Conquer read only allows only read operation concurrently. Conquer read only allows only read operation concurrently, whereas conquer updatable allows all operations concurrently. Conquer read-only allows only read operation concurrently, whereas conquer updatable allows all operations concurrently. Conquer read-only allows only read operation concurrently, whereas conquer updatable allows all operations concurrently. See, it's a database. If many requests comes, suppose if many requests comes to access database, conquer read only if you use only reading possible concurrently. So all members at a time can read, but they cannot perform other operations concurrently. That means one by one only can do. So suppose all requests came to read, reading allowed all people at a time, but these five members, five requests, like if five requests at a time comes to modify or update or delete, then it allow one by one. Suppose if you use conquer updatable, then all people can update at a time. That is the difference. In core Java, multi-threading and synchronization topic is that related. If many requests comes at a time, allows one by one means synchronization. Allows at a time means multi-threading. But here conquer read only means allows one by one to perform operation, but reading possible at a time. Only reading possible. But if you want to insert or delete, update or modify, if you want to perform any other operation, it is not possible at a time. But conquer updatable if you use all operations possible concurrently. That's the difference. Okay. But these result set types, these concurrency types, how to use, how to apply, I'll explain. Next, write it. By using result set enhancements feature, by using result set enhancements feature, we can do the following operations on result set. By using result set enhancements feature, we can do the following operations on result set. First one, moving a cursor on scrollable result set. First one, moving a cursor on scrollable result set. Next, updating records with update methods. Inserting records with methods. Deleting records with methods. Here also just methods also you can write, or already written means leave it. Moving a cursor on a scrollable result set, updating records with update methods, inserting record with methods, deleting records with methods. These all we can perform without writing SQL queries. So you have seen how to update record with SQL query, how to update insert record with SQL query. How to delete record with SQL query? Now, without SQL query, we can do with the Java methods only possible. Now, how to do? I'll show you. First, moving a cursor on scrollable result set. Methods. How to move the cursor? I'll show you. Moving a cursor on scrollable result set. Now, here you observe many methods are there. Java dot. Okay, just write it. Methods already written. Write it. These all noted. Just package names I'm removing. The above methods are used to check the cursor position. The above four methods are used to move the cursor. It returns row number. Note on this all. In java.sql.result set interface. Is it over? So this throws SQL exception for every method, same will be there. Public abstract, every method, same will be there. Return type and method name parameter important. I'll give notes also, I'll explain also, listen. Over. These all not required, leave it. Throws SQL exception, just one method, write it, remaining leave it. This is also public abstract, every method. Return type important, method name important, parameters important. See, JDBC 1.0 version, type forward only. Only one method was there, next method. But here these many methods are there. To move the cursor, these many methods are there. Previously you have seen there was only one method, that is next method. See, SQL prompt I'll open. Connect system manager. Select star from student. Here total 9 records are there. Okay. Assume this is like a result set. Assume this is like a result set. Okay, result set object. Now, whenever result set is generated, then result set pointer or cursor points to before first record. Before first record. You already studied next method. Next method you studied. Next method, if I call, what it will do? It returns true and moves the cursor to next record if the record is present. Otherwise, false. Again, if we call next, it comes here. Again, if we call next, it comes here. Again, if we call next, like this. Like this, it will come. It will read one by one record. After that, false. This is next method functionality. That is already you have seen. But now, many methods are there. Many methods. So, moving a cursor purpose only, these many methods are there. Now, first to 4 methods. The above methods are used to check the cursor position. Only to check the position. These 4 methods only to check the cursor position. Whether the record is present in that, whether the cursor is present in that position or not, we can check. See, method name only is before first. It is just question mark type, is there no question type? Is before first. If it is before first, it returns true. If it is not before first, it returns false. Only checking. Only checking. Is after last. If it is after last, it returns true. Otherwise false. Is first. If it is first, it returns true. Otherwise false. Is last. It is last. True. Otherwise false. These 4 methods only to check the position. Okay. Now suppose whenever result set is generated, then result set pointer or points to before first record. If I call is before first, true or false? True. If I call is after last, false. Is first, false. Is it first? No, it is before first. So if the cursor is here, if we call is before first, it returns true. And if we call other methods, it returns false. Suppose cursor is here. If I call is before first, false. If I call is first, true. Is last, false. Is after last, false. Like that. So checking position here is before first, is first, is last, is after last. In these 4 positions. After that, before first, after first, last, last. Suppose cursor is here. Suppose cursor is here. If we call before first, it goes to before first. If we call after last, it comes to after last. If we call first, it comes to first. If we call last, it comes to last. Cursor can be anywhere. Cursor can be anywhere. If we call before first, it comes to before first. If we call after last, it comes to after last. So it will move the cursor to that position. Is before first is different, before first is different. Suppose cursor is here. If I call is before first, what it will return? False. Suppose if I call before first, not false, it moves the cursor to before first. That's the difference. Okay. Now, if I call after last, if I call after last, what it will do? Cursor move to after last. Suppose if I call is after last, false. Okay. If I call first, moves the cursor to first record. If I call is first, false. If I call is last, if I call last, cursor move to last record. So starting first to 4 methods are to check the position to get true or false, that's it. But these 4 methods are moved to cursor to that particular position. Okay. Before first, after last, first, last. Cursor moved. Okay. Get row. Get row means row number written. Row number. Suppose cursor is here. See, suppose cursor is here. If I call get row, what it returns? 3, row number. Suppose if I call cursor is here. If I call get row, 2. Cursor is here. If I call 4, that is row number, not roll number. Okay. Get row number, not roll number. You have to see the row number. Okay. Now that is get row. Previous, it returns true and moves the cursor to previous record if the record is present. Otherwise returns false. Suppose cursor is here. If I call previous, what it returns? It will return true as well as moves the cursor to previous record. Again previous, it returns true and moves the cursor to 1. Again if I call previous, false, it will not move. It returns false, stop it. Okay. That is previous. That is nothing but already next method you studied, just opposite. That is next, it is previous, backward direction. Forward direction purpose, next. Backward direction purpose, previous. But what is absolute, what is relative? See. These all methods, instance methods or class methods. How do you know? There is no static keyword. Okay, that's what instance methods. These methods in which interface? Result set. Result set reference required. Result set reference RS dot absolute. Suppose if I call 3, RS dot absolute 3. If I call, it moves a cursor to third record. It moves a cursor from starting to third record. In forward direction. Don't write, I'll give time for writing. Listen. RS dot absolute minus 3. It moves the cursor from ending to third record. In backward direction. So absolute plus 3. Positive number also you can pass, negative number also you can pass. Here integer. Okay. RS dot absolute 3. It moves the cursor from starting to third record in forward direction. RS dot absolute minus 3. It moves the cursor from ending to third record in backward direction. Suppose cursor is here. Cursor is here. If I call RS dot absolute 3, to which roll number comes? Which roll number? So it goes to before first. From that 1, 2, 3. It comes here. If I call RS dot absolute minus 3, it comes to after last from here 1, 2, 3. Clear? Now. See. Suppose cursor is here. Cursor is here. If I call RS dot absolute 2, roll number, which roll number comes? 5. Here it comes. RS dot absolute minus 2, 9 comes. Cursor can be anywhere. Positive number starting to that number forward direction. If it is negative number from ending backward direction. Like that. Okay. Now relative. RS dot relative. If I write, it moves a cursor from starting to third record. It moves a cursor from starting to third record. From current position. From current position to third record in forward direction. RS dot relative minus 3. It moves a cursor from current position to third record in backward direction. Positive number forward direction, negative number backward direction. Suppose cursor is here. Cursor is here. RS dot absolute, RS dot relative plus 3. RS dot relative plus 3. Where it comes? From current position third record 8. RS dot relative minus 3. 1. From current position backward direction. That's it. Now with these methods you can move the cursor from any place to any place. That cursor, if it is that position is not there, exception comes. That's what throws SQL exception. That record is not there, exception. Okay. Write result. RH dot absolute. Absolute means starting and ending. Relative means current position. Positive number forward direction. Negative number backward direction. So absolute position means from starting and ending. Relative position nothing but from current position. Positive number forward direction, negative number backward direction. Write the notes. End of the session, I'll clarify your doubts. Online students. End of the session, I'll clarify your doubts.
అరే ఫ్యాన్ ఫాస్ట్ పెట్టరా వాడి జుట్టు ఆరదు అది ఏంటి ఆపేసా ఇంకొంచెం చెప్పు అంటే అదేంద్రా ఫ్యాన్ పోయిందా ఏసీ ఆపేసి చల్లగొట్టింది ఏమైంది అట్లా
So absolute method from starting and ending. Positive number forward direction, negative number backward direction. Relative method from current position. Again positive number forward direction, negative number backward direction. Now. Is it over? We'll see the program, cursor movement program we'll see. See, these all in JDBC 2.0 version introduced. These all methods if you want to use. Compulsory result set type should be sensitive or insensitive. With the type forward only doesn't work. Okay. In these three, which is default? Type forward only. Already result set program you studied. That is default result set is forward only. But forward only no need to write. By default forward only. But if you want sensitive or insensitive, you must specify. Conquer read only, conquer updatable also you have to specify. Here, these all methods in 2.0 version released. 2.0 version. Okay. So that's what compulsory result set type should be sensitive or insensitive required. And forward only doesn't work. Now, these methods if you want to access. Now see how to use. Suppose this is select program you studied. This program, in this program, I'll remove this prepaid statement concept. Just connection establishment is same. Okay. After connection establishment, you observe driver loaded, connection established. After establishing the connection, these methods, if you want to move the cursor in a result set, then we required. But to get result set, which method you have to call? Now, you studied already. For getting result set, which method you have to call? Execute query. Execute query method available in statement also, prepared statement also, callable statement also. Any one you can select. So first I'll go for statement. What we have to write? Statement, something stmt, connection reference dot, create statement. After this, result set, rs equal to stmt dot execute query. Here we have to write query. What is the query to get result set? What you write? Select star from student. Okay. Now that means these all records comes. Now I want to display this fourth record, not roll number 11. That remaining all SQL queries you have to write. With SQL queries only possible. Now I want to display this record. This record in which position? Fourth position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have to move the cursor to fourth record. What we have to write? RS dot absolute 4. Okay. RS dot absolute 4. If I run, as Java application. Okay. See what you are getting error. See, invalid operation, forward only result set, because already given absolute forward only result set doesn't support. How many types of result set is there? 3 types. What are those? Type forward only, sensitive, type scroll, insensitive. Type forward only doesn't support. Type forward only doesn't support absolute position, relative position. You already learned. I take the notes. Okay. Now we have to go for type scroll sensitive, type scroll insensitive. But type scroll sensitive, type scroll insensitive, how to write? See, this result set is type forward only. But I didn't write type.
స్క్రీన్ రికార్డ్ ఆగిపోయిందిరా.